The wife and I were invited to spend the day aboard the Long-Tailed Duck, a lobster boat owned and captained by Victor Cole, hanging out with crew Bruce and Mike.
Good morning, everyone. Maine homesteader here. Well, you may ask yourself, what am I doing outside of the house at 4 a.m. on a beautiful September 3rd morning? Well, I got to tell you, I'm asking myself that same question. The answer is that today, the wife and I are going to show you what it's like to spend the day in the life of a Maine lobsterman. And just as a disclaimer, I am not a Maine lobsterman, but we do have a friend, Bruce, who is a sternman on a lobster boat out of Tenant Harbor. And he's volunteered to take us out for the day, to let us take a little glimpse into what it's like to do this job. And we figured we'd bring the video camera along and capture some video and share it with all of our YouTube friends. So here we go. All right, Bruce, I'm recording. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to expect today.
Not sure about the weather, but usually if it's sunny, it's usually pretty decent. It's been calm lately, so won't be too rough out. You see sharks and dolphins.
Awesome.
Anything out there. See how lobster's done.
All right, so you have some nickname for these things?
Oh yeah, I like to call them puppies.
Puppies?
Puppies.
Puppies, all right. How many puppies, if we have a really good day, how many puppies may we haul in one day?
8 to 12, maybe 1,300 if it's really, really good.
So we could see up to 1,200 lobsters pulled in one day.
Yes, but I think it'll probably be between 6 to 1,000.
6 to 1,000?
Yeah, we haven't got that many in a while.
How many traps are you going to pull today?
Over 400.
So we're going to go out and you're going to pull 400 traps one day.
Yeah, or more. Well, probably more.
Probably more than 400.
Yeah, today.
Awesome. Well, let's get this thing started. Here we are. We have landed at the dock. Tenant Harbor. I'm going to show you around a little bit. This is a rough day at the office for Bruce every morning. Here we are in the harbor looking out over all the boats. And a pink sky. We're going to head out on that dock and we're going to meet up with everybody and get this gorgeous day started. Alright, you may ask yourself why we're filming this, but if you think about it, really no place to go on this boat. It's got to take care of some morning business.
Captain Cole is a member of the Tenant Harbor Fishermen's Cooperative and fishes off Miller Wharf. Miller Wharf is one of the last few family-owned wharfs in Maine. The Fishermen's Cooperative purchases tractor-trailer loads of bait in these large totes. Then the sternmen load the bait into smaller totes, loading them onto the individual lobster boats.
These is what we use for bait, redfish.
Man, the fucking eyeballs on that thing is huge.
And you see these?
Yep.
It's like having a syringe needle. That's what you get stabbed with, and it goes right in like a. So if you're not careful, there's like poison right here that can give you blood poison. That's.
On the ride out, the crew has to pack up bait bags and get everything ready for the start. And then the first lobster pots come on board. A hook is used to hook the buoy. The line is set into a pot hauler and the traps rise from the ocean floor.
Motion on there so you can record Bruce.
Captain Cole sets 2 traps on each buoy. The sternmen each take a trap. They exchange the bait bags out and place lobsters onto a sorting table. And then they prepare the traps to return to the ocean to soak yet again. I was a little distracted by the feathered friends we attracted, but Bruce wanted to focus and explain how to use the lobster gauge to determine which lobsters we could keep.
So they can't be any shorter than 3 1/4.
No shorter than that?
No shorter than this.
Okay.
If they're shorter than that, they're too small. And anything big over 4 is a select, and it can't be any bigger than 5. If it's bigger than 5, like the female and male, you got to throw them back because they're too big.
Okay.
So, and like I said, if they have a V-notch or they have babies, you got to throw them back.
So that explains it. That's why they're using the gauge to check every one of them. Some of them they just throw back automatically. Apparently they put a notch, a V notch right in the tail of every female that has eggs, so that the next lobsterman that pulls it out can see it quickly and just toss it right back.
This is a large live well that seawater is continuously pumped into to keep the near 800 pounds of lobster it can hold alive.
Are you wondering why all the turning and all the circles, why we keep doing this and that?
Yeah.
We have to haul into the tide. The tide's coming tide.
Yeah.
If you haul the other way, you can't pull the hooks. You have to go into the where the tide's coming.
Okay.
And then when you set the trap, you got to make sure you're not tangled with somebody else who normally set going with the tide. So it's always this round and round.
Oh, okay. I was wondering how you figure out which one you've checked and which one you haven't.
Well,
you lose.
it's a computer screen.
Oh, is it? Because it almost looks like
Yeah.
it's like I'd lose track if
I do it once in a while.
I can imagine. So you have all your stuff plotted, so you
Yeah.
know where
Yeah.
each one is. And
Yeah, each day we go, we put a track line down. So then, and we have different colors for different days. But I screwed up yesterday and I erased yesterday's color by mistake. So that's why we hauled a couple of yesterdays. So,
It's definitely fast paced, that's for sure.
yeah. And we get faster. There are some strings that are real close together and we'll get cooking. We're a little bit discouraged because it ain't the lobsters we wanted.
Oh, really? How many are we getting in there? Well, we're starting to build up a few. They're piling up in the corners. I have an idea it's going to be a lot more full before the day is done. Yeah, we got these lines caught up. That's what we have to do is top. Apparently a common thing. Lobsters lines to get tangled up with each other. Gotta work like that to get them untangled. So Bruce, how do they decide who gets what color of buoy?
Oh, I think, Victor, you can just make up your own color, right? For the buoy, and then you tell the state of Maine, you know, your buoy color.
The crew's going to need to move fast if they want to get through 400 traps in the course of just one day. I asked Captain Cole about the number of traps he has set. This was his response.
By the state? Yeah. And I have 800 traps. Well, I was supposed to. Bruce knocked one over today. It's not tied on. So now every time we haul the trap that's supposed to be there, it's tied to another one. He has to buy us a beer.
So Victor, how deep of water are we in?
We're shallow here. It's 10 fathom. Fathom 6 feet. We have some that are in closer. It's funny, it's deeper and closer. It's 200 feet.
Really? Is there a certain range that you try to stay in, or no?
Try it all.
Try it all, huh?
Sometimes they're in the shallow, sometimes they're in the deep.
Really?
They've been backwards this whole year. Normally they're more in the deep water. This year they've been in the shallow.
It was interesting watching how quickly an experienced steerman like Mike could multitask pulling traps and sorting and banding lobsters so effortlessly. It's amazing how many have to go back. Oh, it is. Mike and Bruce agreed to show us what a female lobster looked like that had eggs. We were certainly able to see a few large lobsters pulled from the traps on this trip.
And is it oversized? Let's find out. No, check yourself. It's a keeper, I believe. Yes, it is. Yeah. I got a keeper.
As we watched the last set of traps and buoy leave the boat, we surveyed the catch for the day that the captain estimated would be near a 600-pound haul. Work was not over for the crew. On the ride back into the harbor to have the catch weighed for storage, the crew was busy cleaning the boat. Also on the ride back to the harbor, the crew has to sort soft shell, hard shell, and select lobsters before they're weighed. Once at the weigh station, the load of just over 600 pounds of lobster are packed into crates for storage in the ocean until they are ready to be shipped to a table near you. Once the day was done, we all enjoyed a beer at Luke's restaurant on Miller's Wharf. This is where I learned that Captain Cole was not only the owner-operator of Long-Tailed Duck Lobster Boat, but also the author of Chasing Crustaceans, story behind the names of Maine lobster boats. The wife and I want to thank Captain Cole, Bruce, and Mike for the experience of a lifetime.